Is that good right there? Let's do it. Let's flip the camera. What's up, chat? I want y'all to come vibe with me for a little bit. We got some stuff to talk about today. It's a good day. Yes, Lord. Beautiful day outside. Thank the Lord. I got this tree right here. It needs to be trimmed up, but I'm kind of waiting. I've already trimmed it up. A little bit's uneven. I got it. I mean, it does need to be trimmed up a little bit right here, but I kind of like it like this to block the sun. So let's take a few of these out real quick so y'all can see me a little better. That was a fail. Fix that up. This is just for the setting. I want it to look a little better. Hi. Hey. Bayla just got a bath, so she's in a good mood right now. Let me fix this a little bit. Were you still recording? Yes, we are. We'll wait a few minutes before we get into everything. Bayla just got a bath, so she's all cheerful and stuff right now. She's in a very good mood. Y'all know I love my Bayla. Who the good babies? The glasses are a little messed up from when the lens popped out the other day. Yeah, I gotta figure that out there. Might have to glue these back in or something. I'm not gonna mess with these too much longer. But yeah, it's a very good day today. I got a bunch of emails that I had to fill out and stuff, do all my W-2s. I had to do my W-2s, I had to do some like employee forms and stuff like that. And in regards to the new job, well, the whole tree wants to come down, but the branch doesn't want to rip. Always use cutters when you're messing with a tree. You never know what'll fly out at you. You never know what'll bite you. But, ooh, legs just popped. Yeah, I had to do like the employee W-2 forms. I had to do, fill out my direct deposits. I had to do a background check. So I got hired at a grocery store called Aldi's. I don't know if you ever heard of it. And Aldi's pretty much uses like their own brands or different brands that aren't in other grocery stores so they can compete with prices. And but it's not like, you know, when you go to Walmart and you try to get like the Great Value brand of something and it ends up being a little bit worse. It's not like that. It's not like that. Aldi's has a really good selection for food and stuff with their own brands. So they got all different types of cereals, protein bars, milks, dairy products, meats. They use. I don't know if they like own all the produce and food and stuff, but anything you see at an Aldi's grocery store, it's not in like a typical grocery store. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So living in Florida, the minimum wage, I believe it's going up next month, but it's like 13 an hour. It's going up to 15. I just had a few interviews last week, and like Chipotle is only offering me 14 an hour, you know? Aldi's, well, they said 18. They're starting me out at 19 an hour. It's full-time, so I'll be getting 40 hours a week. Being a full-time employee means that I'll be running the register and I'll be a stalker. What, is she home already? Is she home? I don't think she's home yet, honey. Let's go check. I don't think she's home yet. We can go check. I don't think she's home yet, sweetheart. She's very dependent. Bayla is very dependent and likes to have everybody at the house. What's up, chat? What's up, King? So, what are you doing, baby? I need to put you on a leash if you're going outside. I guess we're going outside, chat. Come on, you want to go outside? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Come on. Let me go put her on a leash. I gotta get some shoes on and stuff. So anyways, not to get the camera moving all crazy and everything, but y'all know I put the dog first, so just bear with me here for a second, guys. Bear with me. Yeah, so I was really fond of Aldi's because they're offering $19 an hour. You can't beat that. For someone who is looking for a job, and, I don't have any trades or anything. I got a bunch of licenses and certifications and stuff, but when you're in an area that thrives off of retail and gas stations and clothing stores, I don't live in an area where there's like a bunch of factories and stuff, And since I don't have a license, I kind of have to be grateful for what I can get. So after about 300 applications, and I've been hired at 4 jobs already. I'm locking up the door, chat. I gotta lock up the screen. I gotta get my keys too. I've been hired at like 4 different jobs already, but I keep failing the background checks. So that's what sucks. There is a potential that this may not work out too well because my background check is under review. I got charges, and not, even though it went great with the manager, the district manager, and all that stuff, I still, have to pass with HR. Look how happy she is. Hold on, chat. Look how happy she is. She ready to go. Hey, let me see that smile. She ready to go. Stop playing games with her. Hold on. Camera will be good in just 3 seconds. Oh, she's taking me away, chat. I'm gonna turn off the Wi-Fi real quick. And so, yeah, that's pretty much, we're still good? Okay. That's pretty much the situation right now. So I've officially been hired. I got a bunch of forms that says, welcome to the team, congratulations. It has my start date on it. W-2 forms are done. With direct deposits, I got my direct deposit account number, routing numbers all set up. There's a message from the my training manager, saying congratulations, all this and that. But the background check, which was ran through First Advantage, so they failed me one time with Dollar General. I got hired as an assistant manager at Dollar General earlier this past year, sometime around February. And but when I checked, because I had to go back on the same website to do this background check, there was a couple things that looked like I did it wrong. So I didn't put all my convictions. It had one of them saved. I think that had something to do with it. I think that it looked like that I wasn't telling the truth about my convictions, and I didn't put all 6 arrests on there. And so I only had the one on the autofill. Then it said address history. It only had my main address, and it was for like a year, not even. So I really took it down to the extreme with the address history, and I put, the house that I live at now, the house that I did forget one house. I forgot the house I was born in, but I don't think that'll matter. But the house that I'm in now, the prison that I was at, the work release center, the Michigan address, back to this house. I did put it since I was born, so I hope that doesn't mess it up. I did forget an address, but I put at least 5 in there, so everything else said it was good. I got the results to the background check, and the only thing that's under review is my court records. So basically, I have not failed the background check yet, but it has to be under review by, I'm assuming, some HR that's affiliated with Aldi's. I sent everything to chat and Google AI, and it basically told me that it's up to their hiring department now, their whatever you call that, HR team, to decide. But the district manager, told my training manager that he was absolutely satisfied with the interview. He believes I'm fully capable and strongly recommended me to my hiring manager who called me yesterday with the news. So we're looking good. Basically, we're looking good. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure we're good with this background check. It already pulled up all my records, and I have all of them in there. Now, I couldn't find the exact dates of when I was released, but I'm pretty sure I got all the months right to it. So I got all the dates that I was convicted, but my court records wouldn't tell me the days that I got out. It just has the sentencing, charges. It tells you when you got arrested, when you went to court, etc. So, if I also ran that through AI as well, and it basically said, I'm not saying trust AI, but it said if it's only off by a few days, it shouldn't be a big deal, especially with a lot of charges. So, what are you eating, honey? What's up, Vibes? What's up, Aaron? What's up, King? How y'all doing today, chat? Y'all see what it is? We in the neighbor's yard. Bayla just got a little batharoonie. She's in a good mood. But like I said, I'm just trying to stay real positive. I don't see any reason as to really be worried. I see a potential, thing happening because maybe I had a couple of the dates wrong, but I put every single charge. I put everything that's on my record. I did everything I could, chat. So we'll find out here in a few days. The weekend's coming up. I'm sure they're not working. So I'm assuming we'll find out sometime next week. It said it takes about a week. So, but I'm trying to stay positive. I'll tell you the situation. So living up north, ooh, something flew in my face. Living up north, right? I'm in a small town, 1,800 people. The majority of the people living in this town are working already. They're working in different cities. They're driving out to different cities and working. They're unemployed, they're retired, or a lot of disabled people. There was a lot of disabled people in this small town, and I think it was the water, personally. Pipes from the 60s, long overdue to be replaced, no income to do so for the county, the city, and the city was hurting so bad they had to shut down the police department that we had up there. And so you could literally do whatever crime you wanted. And there was 2 police officers in the whole county for the police department. The city used to have a police department, but they got rid of it due to insufficient funding. And you could literally do whatever you want. Now, a Montcalm County cop would come out, but let's say you called the cops, for example. This is what I heard from everybody. They would say it takes at least 45 minutes. Any police car, any ambulance, any fire truck. So God forbid something happens to you up there. That's also why I didn't feel safe, What if I had a medical issue? I had a heart attack. I have to wait 45 minutes to, you're not going to have a heart attack and then just drive yourself, Bayla, I really don't want you eating any of this stuff. Honey, thank you. Like I said, I always tell you guys, this is not my yard. She's just very attracted to this yard. And hopefully that won't be a thing too much longer. The people that live here, the lady likes to throw all of her scraps out to the animals. And she likes to do spiritual healing with them and praying with them. Like, she'll touch the birds. And the birds will let her hold on to them and stuff. And she'll pray with the birds. Like, we got these big birds that are like 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall, maybe 3. She'll literally, the birds will let her put her hands around it and do a prayer. Like, birds like that will attack you if you try to touch them. More than likely run away. They're attracted to her spiritual energy, and yeah, it's crazy. Like, I've walked here to this house, and there'll be like 50 or 60 birds on the roof, and then she's over here with like a stork or something, and she's doing a prayer on it, and all the other birds are watching above her. So if you don't think spiritual energy exists, you're definitely wrong. This isn't a debate about God or Bible or anything, but if you don't believe in a higher power, you are strongly wrong for that, and I stand on that. But yeah, it's real crazy. So she likes to come over here and, like I said, find all the scraps. But there's just certain things that I don't like her getting into. As you can tell, they were an old couple. They weren't doing the yard or anything, so it's a little, I kind of got to be on point here. Anyways, so yeah, that's the good news for today. It's pretty hot out. I'd say the feel like temp's definitely over 100. We're gonna go put some, when we get back, we're gonna finish this yoga. Since I didn't even get to start it, unless I want to go for a walk. And we're gonna do some sets with my new bar. I got 30 pounds on each side. I'd say the bar is probably 5 pounds maybe. So we're gonna be lifting 65 pounds. Just doing curls and stuff. Doing some shoulders, some tris, some biceps. And then we're gonna make our way to the park. And we're gonna do some pull-ups. And I'm thinking dips. I'll probably hit some push-ups out there in the backyard. Get that done and over with. If you can work out multiple body parts in a day, you're super winning. You're extraordinarily winning. I'm all about, and baby, they're not home. Not home no more. Aaron, what's up, Jayton, Ethan? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate the love, guys. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Honey, I know. They're not home. They moved. Yeah, the people that lived here, I'm sure you could tell where they parked their car. They moved to West Virginia. She left some water out for you, though, before she left. If she's going to keep coming over here, I'm probably just going to have a thing of water out and just pour it. Hey, you want to get off the leash for a little bit? You want to get off the leash? Just got to keep my eye on her so she doesn't run. So yeah, it's a little setup here. I don't mind it, I can sit down and stuff for a bit, and now that nobody lives here, I can actually do a little bit of stretching, so that's pretty cool too. Appreciate all the love, everybody. Thank you for saying what's up. I'm gonna try to dock you guys right here if we can get the phone to stay. There we go. We'll hit a little stretch. One thing about me, I do sweat a lot, but it is truly hot out. Honey, they're not home. Come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. I'll get you some water. There's no food in there. You got stickies all over you. Oh my lord. I should have brushed you first, then gave you the bath. I just brushed her yesterday, so I didn't think I really, you know. But apparently, holy moly, you got fur all over you. That's why you're so itchy. You got all this dead fur. Oh my goodness. Look at all of it. Holy Toledo. Insane, girl. She's like, yes, yes, master. Please, keep scratching. Keep doing what you're doing. There is literally, I just brushed her yesterday, but there's spots that I can't really brush her at. Because it's just, you know, I'm not going to like brush her butt. But, holy moly. Usually when I do one of these, I try to feel down her fur and stuff, and it's usually pretty good, but we've been, not bad, baby. Let me see her. Let me feel your neck real quick. Oh yeah, does that feel good? Come here. Come get some water. Come get some water. Thank you. Such a good girl. Thank you. Thank you. That's pretty good news, man. Oh, my date is everything. I mean, like I have paperwork that says welcome aboard to the team, congratulations, and all that good stuff. But you know, as long as that comes back good, starting date August 31st. Telling y'all, chat. Telling y'all. I told you guys. Mark my word. Something good's coming. Something good's coming. Thank you, Lord. Thank you to my higher power, to our higher power. What the same thing I was saying. I felt interviews coming. I felt a job coming. I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting the process. I ask you, Lord, to whoever is reviewing my background check, to whoever is in charge of making this final decision, please put it in their hearts to accept me on working with Aldi's, on the working team. Whoever is in charge of this HR or in charge of going over the First Alliance background check of my background check, please put it in their heart to allow me to work for them, to work for this company, Aldi's. I want to give you my all, Lord. I want to give you all the strength I got, all the positive energy to give, to help and assist customers, help and assist team, and my manager, and I want to get my dog, my mom. Thank you, Lord. I repent. Sometimes it just comes out of nowhere. And it's got, you know, I before I went to prison and I was on all those substances. I used to do a bunch of uppers, downers. I mixed them. I popped pills. I did everything, and I put, you know, make all these crazy combinations. And I'm blessed and alive, and that there's nothing more to really say but being blessed and happy to be alive. It's truly a blessing. I should be dead. I should be passed away. I always try to think one step ahead. I didn't do that before. You know, if a girl wanted to hang out and I thought she looked good, let's hang out. Even if it wasn't necessarily the best looking girl, but I knew that she wanted to, you know, and let me stay the night for a night or two. And, you know, I could probably eat at her house and I could sell this and sell that. I could bring some stuff with me and just use her house for a stash spot and make money there. That's what type of time I used to be on. I'm not proud of that. It was a scumbag way to live, and there was always different motives running through my mind. Like girls like to hang out, right? So I'm thinking 3 steps in the wrong direction. Okay, cool. This girl wants to hang out. She's got her own little apartment or house she's renting, so I can, work my way into crashing there for a little bit, whether I got to supply her with some product, whether I got to get in bed with her, whether I got to spend a little bit of money and gas and stuff. Honey, what are you crying at? So she's a little confused right now. If anyone is hearing her cry in the background, she thinks these people still live here, and they don't live here anymore. They just moved out yesterday. My mind would be in the wrong direction. 3 steps in the wrong direction. Place to stay, stash spot. I can work my way into her, working alongside of me, so I can, at least try to hope that she's not going to go through my products and stuff and mess up my money. And we got to find out what drug she uses so I can supply that and keep her at bay. That was going through my mind every time I'm trying to hang out with a girl or something. I'd meet the people that I would serve. Sometimes I'd offer them, like if I needed a place to stay. Hey man, I'll throw you whatever. I'll throw you a little 20 for the night or a 40 to let me hang out for the day and do what I gotta do. And I would offer them more if I could have people come over and so I could use whatever spot they're staying at or a room that they're renting out, because if you're dealing with these kinds of people, they're not living in good environments. So I could, handle business throughout the day. And then what would happen is I'd meet these people off the street, and then the people that they're living with and associating with, they do the same stuff too, or stuff that I can get my hands on. So me going to these people's houses, I'm meeting more people, and these people have a room or a place to live at. So I'll be like, hey, let me stay at your place for 2 days. Here's a couple grams, and, go crazy. And hey, if you let me have people come over, for a few minutes at a time, it'll probably be like 6 or 8 people might stop by today. I'll throw you an extra gram, or I'll throw you an extra $20. So it's like, because hotels were starting to be like $80 to $100 a night out here, right? So I didn't really want to, and the cops were starting to raid the hotels. So getting a hotel just, if the cops want to go through your room, management can call the cops and they can get a search warrant and you won't even know. And you don't even have the right to tell the cops no when you're in a hotel, because that's under the management, you sign contracts and stuff. Like when you're buying a room, there's agreements that you're agreeing to. There's terms, a contract by when you make that payment, And when you buy a room, you get your room key and stuff, your signature and stuff. Like before you pay, you sign your signature and all that, So hotels really weren't the idea. I wanted to hang out in the little trailer parks because everyone that lived in either off of Sandra Drive, Moon Lake, Leisure Lane, and Griffin Park. Sandra Drive is on one side. Lane is across the street. The Tropic Breeze RV Resort's right next to the lane, literally right next to it. And then if you ride a bike for 10 you're at Griffin Park. You ride a bike for another 15 minutes, you're at Moon Lake. You really get creative and go up 19 off of Sandra Drive, and I can make my way towards the Hudson Beach area. There's a couple trailer parks out there. I got one specifically in my mind. We used to call it behind the Suburban Propane, but it's not a Suburban Propane anymore. And you could literally go up that street and there's just people nodding off in the middle of the road. I rode up the street and there was a guy and a girlfriend just nodding off. And I rode up the street again one time and seen a dude just nodding off. It's all drug users, you know? And then maybe one or two street level dealers that, you know, make enough to pay their bills, and then all the junkies live there, you know? So that was my idea of survival for the longest. And I've been doing this since from the age of 17, because I got into the flower game at 13 and 15. I had my first pound at 15, but it wasn't like top shelf or nothing, but I stayed at the QP and HP level for a while. And then once I turned 17, I started meeting more people, and I started getting to know the parents more. And more people started asking me for certain types of substances, and it just made sense to me. I'm like, well, I'm losing all this money. These people hit me up all the time asking for this, asking for that. I run into new people. They're asking me for this and that, and I'm always telling them no. And then like a thought came to my head. I'm like, what if I started telling them yes, and I made more money? So that's just how it went. I started going to these RV parks and trailer parks, and I'd meet all different types of people. But what I would be asking them is, are you prescribed anything? What do you prescribe? And then I'd ask them, you know anyone that messes with this, that messes with that? And they just start talking to me. A couple people I know, rest in peace, they would put me onto their own people, And one dude in particular, he comes to mind, rest in peace, Tony. He was like family to me, man. I don't want to put people's names out there and everything, without permission. But he introduced me to a dude that went by Pac-Man, and Pac-Man's doing a life sentence now, so we could talk about it. I'm not putting anyone at risk for anything. I'm not disclosing names and, dry snitching on anyone because, I'm putting information out there. This dude's already doing a life sentence, so he was in the same trailer park neighborhood behind the Walmart, right next to Suburban Propane. This one was a little more, not as lower class. And I met a lot of people through him. So he would be hanging out at Tony's house all the time, rest in peace. And all these people would be coming, I'd be meeting them, and, we just started exchanging numbers and stuff. I would get really good deals off of Pac-Man. Pac-Man knew like doctors and stuff and pharmacists and stuff out in Miami, so he could get fake scripts written. So he'd be getting like all the crazy expensive pills and stuff for super cheap, and then he could turn around and sell me a certain amount for like 18, 20 a piece when they go for 30 and 35 to the right person at the time. Now they go 35, 40 all day. But so I would save up like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and Pac-Man's probably getting all these for like 8, 9 a piece, 10 a piece. I'm buying them all for 18, and I'm making $12 off each and every single one. You know what I mean? So you find you can get rid of 100 of these in a day. You know what I'm saying? More not really 100 in a day, but if I get rid of, let's say, 20 of these in one day, that's going to be $240 just off of that. Someone needs 2 of these, someone needs a couple of those, someone needs 3 or 4 of these, someone needs 6 of those. Friday comes, I'm telling you, I could get rid of 50, 60, 70 blues all day. It was really thing, and not anymore, but like even when I first got out of prison, like I still thought things in the wrong type of way. I still wasn't thinking things clearly, and I didn't break the law, but I had the temptation, and it was just, now I'm back home where it's hard all the time. It's hard all the time. Not that I have the money for it or anything, but I mean, it's hard, chat, but I'm really trying to do the right thing. And I know my higher power recognizes that. Well, what makes it easier to do to say no is like I really think about what's gonna happen when I die. You know, I know I'm gonna be judged for the things that I did in the past, but I don't want to keep doing more things to put me down under the ground. You know, I really just want to like I tell God all the time. I tell him like, hey Lord, like when I die, I just want to be one of your servants, and I want to like give newcomers a tour around heaven and like show them where everything is, kind of like a tour guide. And I want to be like yeah, I want to be like a tour guide. When I if I go to heaven, I hope I go to heaven, and I want to, show people around. I want to see their reactions to being like, oh my goodness, I'm in heaven, and like I want to experience that and stuff, That'd be really cool. And yeah, we're working out something. I don't really know the answer to it yet, but we're working out something. So that's all that I'm really getting at, Chad. It's just really hard sometimes. What's up, guys? What's up, Ethan? But you know what? We're going to figure it all out. Oh, my phone's getting really hot. So yeah, here's Bayla Rooney. I'm going to try to get her back in the house here. I know it's lagging right now. My phone's getting my phone is getting really hot. So sorry if it's lagging a little bit, guys. My phone is getting super hot. I'm going to try to get her to drink some water really quick, and then we're going to start heading back to the house. Honey, what are you doing? I don't even know what she's doing. What's going on here? But yeah, anyways, guys, like I said, we were getting a little sidetracked. I gave you guys my word, that once I started making my list last night. Once I get a job, so now we got the job, we just got to start working. 19 an hour, by the way, medical, dental, and vision, and it's full time. So, I should be making about 600 a week. That means that I'll be able to get a nice e-bike here soon. I'm probably just gonna get like a really good mountain bike off of like Marketplace or something, and then I'm gonna get an e-bike. Then I'm getting the PS5, GTA 6. I want to get some tools and stuff because I want to take my PS3 apart. I got a precision, and I kind of just want to get like some basic tool kits and stuff like hammers and wrenches, adjustable wrenches, sockets and stuff like that, measuring tape, a hammer. I want to get flatheads and Phillips screwdrivers and a drill. I want a good drill because my drills, and I gave that to my roommate in Michigan. And so like all my tools and stuff are up there. I want to catch up on my tools, and then after that I want to go crazy on the channel. I want to let me get you down here real quick, baby. Come on, we're gonna get you back in the house, okay? Oh, big girl jump. I want to get a new camera with it's like this special camera, and you put it on a stick, and it's got a handle, so you don't always shake the camera, and then I can just hold it with the stick. It's really good quality. It comes with microphones and stuff, but the microphones might be separate. But I want to get a good microphone to put on like a necklace or clip it to my shirt. I want to get this particular camera that a lot of these bloggers are using. And then I want to get the smart glasses. And I want to stream as well. Like, I still want you guys to see me. But, like, when we're doing... I want to do POVs, So when we're riding a bike and stuff, especially the e-bike, I want to be able to have the smart glasses on. So that if I'm starting this job, like they said, August 31st, please keep me in your prayers, guys. Please, I cannot stress enough. Please pray for me that this background check comes out good. I'm so tired of failing background checks. All I have is drug charges on my record. You know, I have not sold drugs in years. I got arrested in 2022. I did a 3-year bid in prison, guys. I have changed my life. I'm all about health and fitness. I'm all about positive energy, and like I'm in tune with, my inner spirit. I'm not saying fully, but I have secret powers, and I don't mean like crazy shot out, oh, what are you talking about, superpowers? I have intuition now. I can read people now. I can tell what's right from wrong. And it feels like having superpowers because I had such a clouded judgment for doing all these substances for so long. I couldn't tell anything. I just wanted to do wrong. Baby, I need you to get your feet out of this road right now. It is hot outside. I really need you to get in the grass. I don't want you to burn your paws, honey. Please step in. Oh my goodness, honey. Honey, honey, honey. Please step in the grass. That's why I don't like taking her out here this late. I mean, I know her feet are like used to this and stuff, but oh, thank you. Thank you. No, please go back in the grass, honey. Look, I'm going in the grass. Can you come in the grass, please? Honey. Bayla. She does what she wants, guys. She's a 12-year-old dog. She's battling cancer. I think she is going a little bit senile. She's losing her vision. I can see it in her eyes. She bumps into stuff. She is losing some hearing. She doesn't hear certain things like she used to. Honey, please get in the grass. I don't want to make you get in the grass, but I need you in the grass. I don't want you burning your feet. And so, yeah, that's just how that's going. She's an old girl now, so I try to work at her pace with everything. She still wants to come outside a few times a day. I mean, sometimes we'll come out 5-6 times in a day, but we're out here at least 3 or 4 times in a day. And then she goes in the backyard too a couple times. I'm talking about out here though. Like we go for walks 3 to 4 times a day, and then sometimes 5 or 6 though. Oh, water, and let's get this stretch. That's almost an hour. That's what she does. She likes to hang out outside. But I just let her do it. Old dogs really shouldn't be. She's a trooper. She is a trooper. She wants to be out for like an hour at a time. And it's crazy. So we're about to go out here on the back porch. Let me get the Wi-Fi back. Help with the phone. I know it's kind of lagging a little bit. My phone's overheating. I wonder if I can switch phones. Let me see if I can switch phones real quick on the stream. That would actually help. Let's see if we can do that real quick. Same phone. Alright, I gotta log into my main account. And then I would go to the middle button. Nope. It's just asking me if I want to start a stream. Okay. Well, there goes that. So. Alright, well, we don't got anyone in here anyway, so I just want to give y'all the good news. I'm going to end this stream. Appreciate all the love, chat. Good things are coming soon. I start work August 31st, and let's get this money. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.